Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? Welcome back. And I thank all my new subscribers and my continuing subscribers. And I thank you all for leaving a thumbs up or even a thumbs down and your comments. I do appreciate it. All right, today this video is going to be about tech secrets, technology secrets, what a lot of people don't want you to know. As you know, I worked in technology, nothing major like tier one, tier two support with a lot of different companies, but my main knowledge that I have about some tech secrets was when I was security for a lot of tech places. If you ever really want to know what's going on, there's two people you need to ask in a business, and they are usually invisible to everybody else unless they need them. And that is security and janitorial people. Okay, custodians, uh, they are normally invisible to most people in those type places. Okay, especially security, unless of course, you got to get your badge swiped or something like that. But they're pretty much invisible to a lot of those places too, unless until they're needed, or you have to pass them for any reason, such as getting your badge, just to get in the building, getting your badge swiped or whatever. Now, one of the main top secrets, and it happens every year around February, is one of the main secrets, and people, most people pretty much know this, and this goes on. I don't care if it's Google, Apple, Microsoft, all these top companies, Texas Instruments, all that. The main thing that goes on around, like, for instance, February, you have Black History Month. So a lot of these big companies, they know they have a racial problem, but a lot of these big companies, what they do around Black History Month is they go before Black History Month, they go overboard and they ask for all these visas, and they usually ask for a lot of visas in the beginning of the year anyway. Okay, to hire people outside of the United States. Okay, now I want you to take in mind that these companies do not have major higher ups, engineers, uh, developers, app developers, and all that for that company that's way up there. There are Afro Americans or Latin Americans or Mexicans. They don't have it. And the weird part about it is that what people are often mistaken is what these companies do is they will put in tons. I mean, and I'm not lying, millions and millions of dollars in advertisement to get African Americans and Latin people to buy their products. So let's say if you're looking at one of those Apple keynotes, you're always going to see an Afro American or a Latin person in the photos and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. They're not hiring them for those big paying jobs. I want you to understand. But they're putting all that extra money into making sure that their face is on the photo in the advertisement, so the African American and Latin community will buy their products. It's kind of funny because it's kind of like when all this stuff was happening with the Popeye's chicken. There's something called Black Twitter. Okay, all these people wondering why isn't the CEO not getting security to help these people, not not hiring at least temporary help to go into these stores and make sure and help the employees like a lot of businesses do. Why there's a lot of companies that they could have pulled from to get temporary help. Uh, why are they not doing this? Well, the first thing you have to understand is like I was talking about marketing. Most people, for some reason, especially Afro Americans, think the CEO is the woman on the commercial, the black woman. She's just the actress. All the CEOs and higher ups of Popeyes are white. Okay. Matter of fact, I think the CEO of Popeyes is white. It's a white female. Okay. But for some reason, people believe what they see on TV, and they really thought it was the black woman. I guarantee you, you're not gonna find a Popeyes in the area or wherever that female CEO and all those other higher ups live. You're not gonna find a Popeyes there. Okay, you're just not gonna do it. You're gonna have to go outside of the area wherever they may live to get a Popeyes. Now, back to tech. One time I was working for this one company for a long time, and I overheard some of the tech people complaining, and what they were really mad about is that they knew that February was coming up, Afro American History Month, and anytime February would come up, what these big companies do is they have a certain amount of visas set aside. Okay, they try to make sure that they get as many, send out and hire as many Africans, not Afro Americans, Africans from other countries, Africans. Not putting down Africans, I'm just letting you know how it is. They will go out of their way not to hire Afro Americans in America or Latin Americans in America. Okay. But they would get them visas and beg government for those visas, those work visas, to hire Africans or people from India, China, Japan, Europe, European countries as well, to bring them in. Okay. Now, I was working at one place. His employees they were like, ah, here we go again. And they were frustrated with the fact that they knew what the company was going to do. And what the company does is they'll hire these Africans and then and they'll, for certain positions. And then around the time of Black Friday, they'll put them in and say, yeah, see, we hire Africans, but you have to look at what they're saying. They're not Afro Americans from the United States, but they'll put them on these posters and all that stuff and try to claim diversity. But they will go out of the way, and I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes, and I've seen people frustrated within the company about how they do it. Because they know it's going to happen every year. That instead of hiring some of these people who work at the companies, some of their friends that are Afro Americans that are more than well qualified, they're not going to do it. Okay, and then they try to use the excuse, well, there's not any Afro Americans or Latin people that are qualified in these positions. And I want you to just use logic. Just use logic. Look at the student loan debt. How many people have graduated with degrees in all levels of computer science, people who also have high skills and certifications in building apps and all this sort of stuff, such as that in the tech world, that are Afro American and Latin American. Okay, there's tons of them. Okay, and you mean to tell me? Think about how big the United States is, and all these people that are doing this. Okay, but you can't find one black or Latin person, right? But you sure can find African, East Indian, Japanese, Chinese. You can find that. And you go out of their way, they go out of their ways to find it. Because they're automatically, I mean, if you knew how many visas they're trying to get to hire outside of actual America, but they want Americans, they want you as an American to buy that product. But they don't want to hire you as an American to work in that field. Think about that. So, and what's confusing to a lot of people is that they see themselves in the marketing. They see a person, a black man, or even a black star, and some of the marketings or the photos are saying, "Oh, how cool this iPhone is," or this new Google, phone, Android phone is this, and it's a black or a Latin person. They'd even have a commercial in all Latin, or you know what I'm saying, and these black and Latin actresses and stuff like that. They hire them to do all that because for their marketing, but that's because they want you to buy it, but they don't think you're good enough to work in the higher levels of their company. Now, another tech secret is this. For some reason, this is number two. For some reason, people think that cell phones, I'm not talking about smartphones, I'm talking about cell phones, the flip phones, like on Star Trek, cannot be tracked. And where that come from is when the cell phones first came out. I'm talking about the flip phones. Some people call them burner phones. When they first came out, no, they couldn't be tracked. Okay, the government had a hard time tracking them. But now, the way technology is now, the flip phones that we had back then are not the same type of flip phones that we have now. The flip phones that we have now, those so-called burner phones, yes, they can be tracked. Okay? Yes, they can. And I will put articles that you can link up and read about down there. As well as I will also attach articles about how Apple's being sued and for discrimination. A lot of people don't know that Apple gets sued for discrimination a lot because they even had issues of employees, higher management employees, telling the Afro American employees that they would never hire them as high level business management ever. So they can just stop worrying about that because it ain't gonna happen. And that was in Florida, and they got sued over that. So stuff like that does happen deep in Apple. Okay, so don't think everything you see in Apple is all beautiful, or even Google or Windows or any of that. No. Okay. They put people of different colors and of all types of diversities in their marketing, so you can buy it, so you can see yourself in their little pictures and stuff like that. But they're not. But when it comes to the big money, or hiring you to be in that position. Uh, and the truth is, the dirty truth is, the first programmers for computers were women, not white men. They were women. And a lot of women don't know that. And once it got popular back then, the white men started trying to take over the industry. And not till 1999, and this is fact check it, did East Indian people really get into the technology business. And the reason for that is the 1999 scare, because it was everybody thought all the computers and all technologies was going to crash and break down because of some system, the way the it was dealing with the clock. It's complicated, but they thought all technology was going to end. It was going to be the end of the world. So they had a fix for it, but they had to reach out and get extra help, and that's when they reached out to India, and that is the beginning of outsourcing. They reached out to India to get some help, and I believe to reach out to Japan too, to get some help to fix this problem in America, this technical problem. And once that was fixed, they realized, these people we reached out to help us fix it, we actually paying them less than the people in America, and they're doing the same jobs. And so that's where outsourcing really picked up and is begun and is stuck and is still here today. And a lot of these big companies are finding the problems with outsourcing. The problems with outsourcing is that sometimes they don't think about the weather conditions that goes on in other countries. Because if something really bad happens in other countries, like you have a major flooding in India, wipe out all their servers and just crash stuff, which happens a lot, then that's money they lost. Okay, that's money. That's lost money. Okay. But yeah, so that is one of the main, and one of the last one I want to hit on, because I don't want to make this too long, is VPN, virtual private network. A lot of companies will tell you, I don't care who you are, what level you are, you have a company phone, a company computer, whatever, they're going to tell you that you don't need a VPN. Okay? That the company, you may use a VPN, but you don't need one, because the VPN is only good for, like, if you're trying to get watch movies in another country. Okay, you can then watch movies in other countries, but you really don't need one. That's bullcrap, because you are your business. Okay, and businesses, a lot of businesses will give people their company phone. They give the people company computers, and they'll tell you, yeah, you don't need a VPN. Well, the problem is this: if you don't have a VPN, it makes it easier for that company to track where you go, where you went out to dinner. Okay. Matter of fact, there's tracking chips on the very badges a company gives you. They're embedded inside of the plastic, and you can't see them a lot of times. Okay. They're tracking chips. This is the truth. A lot of people don't know that. So they can tell that you went out to the strip club. They can tell you went out to that gay bar. They can tell all that stuff. They got your dirty secrets. Because all they got to do is track. Use their GPS and track. Because you got to remember that you might be enjoying that phone, but it's still a company phone. Okay. There's a reason that you can't just go out to a store and get one and call it a company phone without the company IT person doing something to it. Okay. If you're going to get it on your own, usually you still got to take it to IT for them to do something to it. They know what they're doing to it. They're tracking you. And when you have a VPN, it makes it a lot harder to track you than if you don't have one. That's another thing. So those are some. I mean, there's many other dirty little tech secrets, but those are some. that a lot of people don't realize. But understand that just because you see yourself and all these companies want to show, black or Latin or whatever race in the commercial, does not mean that's just because they want you to buy the product. That does not mean that they think you're worth hiring on the higher level jobs. And a lot of companies also will tell you, well, we hire at least 10% or 20% of people of color, Latin and black, and all this and that, but what they're adding is people who taking out the trash, people who cook for the people who drive the buses to take those people to work. Okay, they're not talking about high level money. They're talking about people who just transport the person from the car to the building. That black man, that Latin man, that black woman, Latin woman. That's what they're about. People who take out the trash, all the janitorial. Okay, that's what they're adding. They're not talking about big money. And if you look at the wording, they try to be as vague as possible because they're not going to tell you, oh, it's a higher level, because they're not going to hire at the higher level. They're going to go outside of the country to hire at the higher level before they ever try to hire black, Latin, people of color in those higher levels. It's a known fact. Okay. Anyway, that is my version, my black tech secrets. I have many more, but you could just drink some coffee on those right there. And I would love you to hear your comments. Okay. And I like you to subscribe if you like, share, give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. Okay, and I want you to understand this isn't to put down people who are Caucasian that's in the upper management. That doesn't put them. I'm not here to put them down. I'm just giving you a fact that many of these companies are burping and yelling out diversity, but they're not putting their money where the mouth is. Okay, they're only putting their money where the mouth is when it's trying to get you to buy their product. Okay, and then the other people that are in the higher positions, they're sometimes threatened with their jobs if they try to even go up against that and tell them that they're wrong. Okay. But anyway, like I said, that's my show for this one. That's my episode on some of Dalton's dirty black tech secrets. These are a lot of this stuff that I'm telling you. This is stuff I've seen with my own eyes. Okay, this is not just hearsay. Okay, all right, and I'll rap to you later. Got some more good videos coming to you, and of course, I always like to hear your comments. All right, and I'll love it if you share the video as well. And I'll rap to y'all later. Happy holidays. Peace.